Hello everyone, welcome back to YK Reviews and welcome back to another weekly entertainment news video here. Lots to go over in terms of there's the writer's strike going on currently at the moment, which we'll be discussing here. You've got a couple of trailers that got announced, some announcements in terms of the Gladiator 2 casting news. We've also got Johnny Cage's casting news also being announced, so lots to go over. So you know what, let's just get straight into it here. As per usual, timestamps will be in description down below. Anything you want to skip ahead to, anything that you're looking forward to more, hearing about more, invested more into, timestamps will be in description down below. And again, if you also haven't already, hit that subscribe button. I do this every single week. If you're ever wanting to know about movie news, TV news, even video game news, subscribe so that you don't miss out on that every single week. And also in-depth spoiler reviews and tier listing. I just did a Star Wars tier listing just before the Star Wars Celebration Day, so go ahead, check that out if you haven't already. But yeah, hit that subscribe button so that you don't miss out on that. But the first trailer I do want to talk about here is the Gran Turismo, Sony's PlayStation trailer. This one you get more of an in-depth understanding of what the plot is going to be about, and it is actually based on a real life story of a person who was playing the video games of Gran Turismo, who then got into this competition, won it, and is becoming a race car driver. This trailer, I do feel like it gave out a bit too much in terms of like the storyline and like what happens throughout the movie. David Harbour really looks like he's going to kill it in this role as per usual. But for me, I've never played the Gran Turismo games, but this movie does look like a fun movie. It does look like it is going to be an eye-catching movie, one that will surprise you. So for me, this trailer, I actually enjoyed it. I'm actually looking forward to this movie. Let me know your thoughts about that in the comment section down below. And for those Gran Turismo video game players, what do you think about this adaptation here? How does it look? How does it feel? Please let me know in the comment section down below. And the next trailer that got released here along with a couple of posters was the Dune Part 2 trailer. So basically it's picking up right after Dune Part 1, and with this trailer I did a shorts about it. Love the look of this trailer, love the aesthetics of it, love the cinematography, and just everything looks visually stunning. I'm really excited about this movie. I really enjoyed Part 1, but with this one it looks like with Part 1 it was more slow paced world building. Now that with Part 2 it's got a lot more intense action sequences, fast moving sequences here, so I really am looking forward to it. And we've got a little peek of the new cast here. So you've got Florence Pugh, you've got Austin Butler, along with releasing the poster of the movie and releasing some posters of the new cast here. So you've got a look at Zendaya's character here, you've got a look at Timothée Chalamet's character here, we get to see Florence Pugh's poster and along with Austin Butler's poster here. So yeah, with these posters and with this trailer, one movie I really am looking forward to. Let me know your thoughts about the trailer and your thoughts in the comment section down below in terms of like the excitement level for Dune Part 2. You think you're going to check it out? Let me know in the comment section down below. So for the next news story here is we've got another casting update in terms of Deadpool 3. We've got here from the deadline that Rob Delaney is going to be returning as a human X-Force member Peter, returning to join the cast of Deadpool 3. So he is basically coming back along with Dopinder, who is the cab driver, his roommate Blind Al. So you've got Vanessa's coming back, Colossal's coming back, Wolverine's reprising his role. It did leave a lot of people confused because if you haven't seen Deadpool 2, spoiler alert for this particular section here, but he died, Peter, the Rob Delaney's character, died in the Deadpool 2 movie. So fans are a bit confused, wondering how he is going to be coming back. But basically in terms of the post-credits scene, when Ryan Reynolds' Deadpool character gets a time machine, he actually goes back in time, rescues Peter. So that kind of confirms how he's able to come back, since the rest of the X-Force did die in the movie in that stunt. That's what I'm guessing is the way of how they're going to explain how he is being brought back into the movie since of that post-credit scene and how Ryan Reynolds messed with the timeline completely here. We do know that the TVA is also going to be coming into this, and because of like Deadpool messing with the time and everything like that, because of Cable's device he got at the end of Deadpool 2. Yeah, excited because I actually did enjoy him in Deadpool 2, and with everything that we're just getting more and more about Deadpool 3, more casting news and everything like that, I'm genuinely excited about this, but actually really confused as to now what's going on with this movie here with all these characters coming back. So let me know your thoughts about that in the comment section down below. What you think Deadpool 3 is going to be about? Do you think he's going to go back in time, recruit Wolverine, go back in time and recruit the X-Force team before they died? Or what are your thoughts and theories about that with Rob Delaney's Peter also now coming back? Let me know in the comment section down below for that particular news here. And as we're sticking with Marvel here, we're getting a couple of runtimes being announced. First, in terms of the Secret Invasions Disney Plus show here, we've got confirmation, this is coming from the Direct and an article from the Empire here, is that they're confirming that the Secret Invasions episode is 6 hour-long episodes that give Samuel L. Jackson more space to explore his character, which I don't know if it's too surprising or not, because some of like the previous, like for example WandaVision episodes were about 45-55 minutes. I believe Hawkeye Hawkeye and Loki were around 50 minutes here. So with the credits and everything like that running about 6 to 8 minutes, the regular amount of time that you're going to be expected from a Disney Plus show, it is worrying that it is only 6 episodes. I do wish that they're exploring it more, but that it's not got that same Disney Marvel formula of just rushing the finale, having random episodes here and there, having the story not focus on like what it could be. Based on the trailers, I've seen no comedic tone. It's got a more serious developing tone to it, so I'm hoping that it does stick to that, but it also just sticks a landing with the finale, because the finales are always rushed and just underdeveloped when it comes to the Marvel Disney Plus shows. Based on this, I'm actually excited for it. The trailers have just shown really good stuff when it comes to this actual show. So let me know your thoughts about that in the comment section down below. What are your thoughts about it being an hour long? Are you worried that it's still only 6 episodes? Please let me know in the comment section down below. But again, we're sticking with Marvel. We have got another update when it comes to the Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse movie with the runtime here. So it's got confirmation here, and this is coming from AMC Theaters along with like multiple outlets reporting it here. So it's currently running at 2 hours and 20 minutes, making this the longest 3D animation movie in theatrical release history here, which honestly I wish it would be longer. Like the Spider-Man movie, this animated Across the Spider-Man trilogy of movies just is written so fantastically well compared to like Sony's other projects that they've done when it comes to comic books. I am loving the storyline and the elements that they're bringing into it here. This trailer, everything that they've released so far when it comes to this movie just looks like it's going to be fantastic, emotional, really story driven, with a lot of like good Easter eggs and elements going on here. So it's not going to be bogged down with like just Easter eggs and like cameos, just random cameos. I think this is going to be potentially one of the best Spider-Man movies that they've done, especially with animated form. Having it at 2 hours 20 minutes, I think that it could have been slightly longer, but that's just my preference here. But for me, I'm really liking everything I'm seeing and hearing about this movie so far. This, for me, with The Flash, is my most anticipated movie of the summer right now. So let me know your thoughts about that in the comment section down below. Are you happy with that runtime? Do you wish it was longer? Do you wish it was shorter? Please let me know in the comment section down below. Now for the next movie news here is we've got an update in terms of the 2 movies that we also spoke about in terms of the CinemaCon last week. So you've got here Timothée Chalamet's Wonka, Glen Powell, Sydney Sweeney's R-rated rom-com Anyone But You are both going to be releasing on December 15th, 2023. So December of this year. Both these movies coming out at the exact same time. Based on the synopsis and details that we've heard about here, an R-rated rom-com versus a Wonka backstory with chocolate and the mafia going on there. 2 really exciting movies that I am actually really curious about. You've got potentially Sonic the Hedgehog 3, you've got Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom, so a jam-packed December of this year. However, with these 2 coming out on the exact same day, I'm most likely going to be leaning towards the Anyone But You movie first to see before I go see Wonka later. In the comment section down below, let me know your thoughts and opinions about that. Which one out of the 2, since they're coming out on the same day, will you be watching first? Or would you be watching one versus the other, skipping the other entirely? Let me know in the comment section down below about that one. And for the next news story here is we've got an update when it comes to Deadline in terms of a new movie coming out. This is called Sic. It's starring victoriajustice, Devon Ross, Taylor John Smith and Dermot McLaury. They are being underway in Thailand on a movie called Sic, and basically this movie is being described as a group of roommates in a US city accidentally kill an innocent man, leading them down a dangerous path of deceit and cover-up. It kind of has that I Know What You Did Last Summer vibes to it, with this star-studded cast here. For me, that plot honestly does sound like a very interesting plot. I'll be honest, I've not seen a lot of work from the current cast that they are announcing here. Obviously, I've seen Dermot Mulroney in the Scream movie, Victoriajustice. I've seen her in a couple of projects here, but in terms of the other 2, I'm not familiar with their work. But that plot does have me hooked, so I'm actually pretty curious to see what they're going to do when it comes to this project here. So let me know your thoughts about that in the comment section down below, your excitement level, what you think about this premise. Please let me know in the comment section down below. Now, one news story here that we haven't actually heard updates on in a while here is we've got the Santa Claus Disney Plus show. One show that I watched back in December. Again, I was supposed to do a review, but health just dived straight away in December here. For the show itself, this is coming from the Deadline. We've got the Santa Claus nabs Tracy Morgan for a character eating cameo on the Disney Plus comedy show here. So basically the Easter Bunny is going to be appearing in season 2 with Tracy Morgan playing the Easter Bunny here. One casting choice I didn't really pick for the Easter Bunny, but I do like Tracy Morgan. He is pretty funny. His roles in his movies are entertaining here. He's going to be playing the Easter Bunny, but I'm just hoping it's not one of those like poorly designed Easter bunnies where you could just get to see his face and like it's just some sad hat that he's wearing. But for the show itself, you've got Gabriel Iglesias in the show, you've got Tracy Morgan here, so you've got like the returning actors with Tim Allen here, and we're basically based on this, especially after what happened in season 1, where you've got them failing to find a successor for the next Santa Claus here, so they're all back at the North Pole now, so he's going to be training his son Calvin to be the next Santa Claus here. I'm hoping that the show is better written than season 1. Season 1 had its good moments, but overall, just like the premise, the tone just didn't have that magic that it had with the previous Santa Claus movies. So I'm hoping that the tone and like the elements of magic does pick up in season 2 and it does have better story writing in it. But that's just my opinion here. Let me know your thoughts about that in the comment section down below for the Santa Claus, for Tracy Morgan being casted, and also just like your excitement level or your anticipation for season 2. Let me know in the comment section down below. So for the next news story here is we've got a live action animated hybrid Bugs Bunny movie being announced here. This came from Robert Ungun, who announced this but then deleted it straight away, but then news outlets did pick it up. So a live action Bugs Bunny movie is going to be worked on by Warner Brothers, which I'm honestly really excited about. Like I feel like the Looney Tunes have been very neglected here recently. We got to saw them in the Space Jam 2 movie, a movie that I actually really had fun with. I know there was a couple of issues with the pacing of the movie and like some of the decision makings, but honestly I had a fun time with this movie. I really enjoyed Space Jam 2 and I really am a huge fan of Bugs Bunny here, so I'm hoping that this movie does do it justice, that it does give back the Looney Tunes characters. Growing up watching Looney Tunes, that was part of my childhood, so I really do hope they do start bringing this back more, having more Looney Tunes characters, more Looney Tunes movies here. But let me know your thoughts about that in the comment section down below for Bugs Bunny live action movie here. Let me know your excitement level, your happiness level, your sadness in the comment section down below for that one. And our next news story here is we've got potentially a confirmation of who's going to be playing Johnny Cage in the Mortal Kombat 2 movie. Now with Mortal Kombat 1, I know that there was a lot of issues with that movie as well. Similar with like Space Jam 2, there was a lot of issues with the movie, but overall it was a fun movie. I didn't think it was too bad. It was still a good movie. And now we've got reports here that Karlurban is in final talks to be playing Johnny Cage in the Mortal Kombat 2 movie. Now when I first heard about this, I was a bit iffy with the decision here, not sure really if that I would have gone with this. I know there was lots of rumors about Cody Rhodes or The Miz or like other actors possibly getting this role, but with Karlurban getting it, I was a bit questioned about that decision. But then as I've like slept on it, as the days have gone where I'm thinking about it more, for me, I've only known him from when he played Asgardian God in Thor Ragnarok. He was the one that was with Hela and then turned his back on her in that particular role. So I know that he was in The Boys, so I watched a couple of like highlights of him in The Boys seasons. One show I really need to watch. But I've seen him and I do get that Johnny Cage vibe to it, that like douchebag, arrogant persona that you get from Johnny Cage, but like not in a negative way either. So I do see him potentially being a good Johnny Cage now that I've seen more information from him, more clips from like his previous work. I can get to see that, even though he's not my first pick, I do think this is potentially a good choice here. So let me know your thoughts about that in the comment section down below. What you think about Karlurban becoming the Johnny Cage in Mortal Kombat 2, your excitement level for Mortal Kombat 2. Please let me know in the comment section down below. And now for a new story that I've been trying to get into this weekly entertainment news video for the past 2 weeks now. We've got here that Pedro Pascal joins Ridley Scott's Gladiator sequel at Paramount here, and this is coming from the deadline here. So we've got here that while a second season of the HBO hit series Last of Us is in the works, its star Pedro Pascal looks to have found a project he'll shoot during the hiatus, and it's a big one. Sources tell Deadline that Pascal is in the final negotiations to join an untitled Gladiator sequel for Paramount. He also joins Paul Mescal, who will star as Lucius, as well as Barry Keoghan, Joseph Quinn, Connie Nelson, and Denzel Washington, with Ridley Scott returning to direct. Pascal's role is also unknown, so this is a huge casting pick that they've got, along with like Barry Keoghan, Joseph Quinn. So really like a star-studded cast for the Gladiator here. So every like couple of days, so they're announcing some details with Gladiator 2. I've just not been able to like put it in for the weekly entertainment news video because every time they get an announcement I want to add it in. But now that with pedropascal also joining it, I hear nothing but good things about the Gladiator movie. One movie that I really have got it on my watch list, and one I'm definitely going to be checking out very soon. But with this casting news here, this is just getting me more pumped. Even though I've not seen the first one yet, I love these characters, I love these actors, and for them to just be blending together, like Joseph Quinn, Barry Keoghan, who two fantastic actors, brilliant in their roles, with Barry Keoghan in the little Joker that we've seen in Batman, along with his part in the Eternals, with other projects, Joseph Quinn obviously in Stranger Things. So I'm really happy about this casting choice. So let me know your thoughts about that. In terms of the movie itself, again, I've not seen the first one, really excited to see the first one, and now really excited to see the second one, along with the fact that like you've got the same director coming back with Ridley Scott. This potential good sequel here. Let me know if these Gladiator fans here, are you excited about the sequel? Are you excited with the casting that they're announcing here? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below, and also what my expectations should be going into the Gladiator movie here too. Let me know in the comment section down below. Now for the final story here I do want to talk about is the writer's strike going on currently right now. It's been going on for all this week. Now normally I wouldn't be talking about this on the weekly entertainment news here, but just a lot of points have been raised during this strike. So if you aren't aware, all the writers in Hollywood are going on strike for various different reasons here. And mostly it's, if you see here, we've got Al Jean, the writer on The Simpsons for around 30 years, highlights that one reason the writer's strike is important is for getting residuals from streaming. It's important for us to get a share of the streaming because that's where the future is. So one point that I want to bring up too here is because back in the day when you have like reruns, you've got like ad revenue coming in here. So like for example, Friends is the best example. Friends finished in 2004. We're in 2023 right now, so 20 years plus. The reruns are constantly happening, so the writers are getting like pay from all the reruns, from all that stuff. Everything going on strike right now, because basically if you're not aware, everything right now all going on streaming here, so the writers don't get that revenue from whenever people are like streaming the services, streaming the episodes here. And basically there's also documents have been released here. This is coming from the Hollywood Reporter. I'm just going to read it out to you here. Regarding WGA, which is Writers Guild of America, basically here, it's claiming on Monday, on May 1st, after talks disintegrated, that practices by major Hollywood brands have created a gig economy inside a union workforce. The AMPTP countered that most television writers work on a weekly or episodic basis with a guaranteed number of weeks or episodes for employment, and that they have access to a pension fund. Moreover, the coalition stated that the WGA's own published data shows that a median number of weeks of employment for writers engaged on streaming series is between 20 to 24. The union has been pushing to create a new streaming residual that are based on streaming services' foreign subscriber counts, which the WGA has stated that the AMPTP accepted for the largest global streaming services but rejected for Paramount Plus and Max. They noted subscription fees vary from country to country, and in many countries the subscription fee is substantially less than it is in the US. Nevertheless, the companies have recognized the importance of foreign streamings and have offered to increase the residual, which honestly is a good sign here, because basically if you're not understanding this, is that, as I mentioned previously, they would get paid residual for reruns and that kind of stuff. But now that everything is just going on streaming, especially like TV series, for example, Netflix, writers don't know, for example, like if I'm watching The Glory and somebody else isn't watching it here, they're not getting paid for like me watching an episode of The Glory or a different Netflix show here. These numbers aren't being released to the public. These numbers aren't being released, so you don't know how many people have watched a certain episode for a certain show, because obviously these streaming services don't want to show out these numbers basing like, oh, this episode isn't doing too well, this show isn't doing too well. We only find out if something's getting renewed or something's getting cancelled when it comes to the show, but we don't know in terms of how many people are watching a certain episode or how many people are watching shows that's never been released. Also in terms of how many people are signing up for the streaming services too, because like as I mentioned, every single country has different rates when it comes to the subscriptions here. So for example, like Netflix, for example, actually I'll give the perfect example. When I signed up for Netflix, it was in the UK. So the pricing right now, so like it's based on like $9.99 for like the lowest ad, and then it's like $12.99 for the next one, something like that. The numbers I don't remember exactly off the top of my head, but that's what it is in pounds. However, because in Canada right now, that's where the money's getting taken out. Right now, I'm getting charged $19.99, basically $20 per month for Netflix. But when I go check the website and I check the pricing, it's showing us pounds basically, so the pricing is very different. It ranges from country to country, so they're basically saying it's very complicated to like figure all of that out, but they are coming to a conclusion when it comes to the residual aspect of it. Another big issue though also is the AI situation. The studios want to start using AI when it comes to like writing stuff, and honestly it's baffling to me, because this is another major point here. So again, they're showing here that nearly every studio is exploring the possibility of using AI, and the studio are planning to hire writers to rewrite the scripts once the writer's strike is over. However, a major sticking point in this negotiation is that the WGA is insistent that AI not to be used to create any material whatsoever. And it really is crazy here, because this is another example that I'll give you. And like for me, I watch this YouTuber called Denk Ops, who basically does hilarious, entertaining videos regarding WWE video games. He literally just posted a video about AI writing a script for the Royal Rumble, which is a WWE pay-per-view event. And they basically just wrote complete definition of every single detail that happens in the Royal Rumble match. But it was ridiculous about how much detail it went into every single move, everything that happened during that match there. He posted that video there. If you're a wrestling fan, I would honestly go check out his content. It's super entertaining. It's just ridiculous how advanced technology has become, where studios are relying on AI technology to write a full movie script, to write a TV series script. Now, obviously, these writers don't want to have the AI be working on their own script, or like they're not getting the credit that they deserve for it. It's a scary world to live in right now. For me, personally, I'm with the writers when it comes to this. Like, they're the heart and soul of Hollywood. They're the ones writing the script and like just going from like pen to paper to like what we see on the big screen, for example here. To have the AI be used, it's gonna lack that magic that you'll have, because it's just all AI generated here. There's a fear of like the AI replacing writers, because the AI are going to be doing the script. If I'm trying to look at it from the studio's point of view, is that like you can perfect certain scripts, but for me, I'm more leaning towards the writer side. But with this whole strike going on, you've got like the residuals payments issue, you've got the AI issue. This is taking a toll when it comes to like the TV series here. You've got a lot of shows being affected by this here. So you've got, for example, you've got shows like The Night Court, you've got shows like Cobra Kai, Yellow Jackets, Abbott Element here. Even the situation, you've got Lord of the Rings of Power, like the Amazon Prime TV show here. They're basically going to be remaining in production without the writers here. They're saying that they've written everything, so the writers are not needed. So they're basically just going to be continuing without the showrunners basically here. And that's the same with the House of the Dragon TV series here. Even the Marvel's production Blade has hit a pause due to the writer's strike as well. So a lot of productions being paused right now, with the big one now even announcing here with the Blade being paused. So just interesting developments going on here with the writer's strike. You've got a lot of like actors and people outside of Hollywood, outside of Netflix going on strike here. You've got these actors and actresses coming in to like tell their story, supporting the writers here. So for me, I'm with the writer's side when it comes to this, especially when it comes to like the AI situation. But that basically just sums it up there when it comes to the writer's strike going on here. I know like a lot to digest when it comes to that, but let me know your thoughts about that in the comment section down below, in terms of like the AI situation, what your thoughts are about the whole strike in general, which side are you on, which coin of the fence are you on when it comes to this. Let me know in the comment section down below for that one here. But that about wraps it up for your weekly entertainment news video here. Thank you so much for watching, and again, let me know your thoughts about everything in the comment section down below here. I'm going to be watching Guardians of the Galaxy at the time of this recording in the next couple of hours here, so there's going to be a full in-depth spoiler review for the whole trilogy, not just part 3, so part 1, 2 and 3 in the channel somewhere very soon, along with the Last of Us in-depth spoiler review also coming out. So subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss out on that, and also hit that like button, hit that notification bell so that you don't miss out on any future videos. But thank you so much for watching, thank you so much for listening. This is YK Reviews. Peace.